Hello, we're going to do a quick little video here on dealing with a stress patient, right? So, yeah, Dr. Head's come in here. He's had a stressful day. He's been cut off in traffic. I know his girlfriend told him he's living found his jeans or something. He's having a bad time. And we know that if someone's in that sympathetic stress, which is all too often, their adjustments tend to be harder because they're locked up through there. They're less impactful. And the way we often counter that in our first years is we try and do more to them, right? We're trying to be more release, more adjusting. And all you're doing is putting more input to an already stressed system. And that's where they're more prone to come in out sore or actually just not get the results we're looking for. So one of the first things we want to do, if it's just say more of an acute stress, is try and drop them back into that parasympathetic side, right? So one of the things we can obviously do, just hand on, lie, get some contact, to start getting them bringing their attention to their breath, right? So I just want you to take a few deep breaths in, couple of seconds in, 1, 2, 3, and all the way out for me. 5, 6. You might need contact up to the cervical. Take a hand on the sacrum. Obviously, you've already had a discussion around your lab touch there. Don't just do it without telling them. And just starting to big breaths in, rock back and forwards, just creating a bit of spinal motion to let that system drop. And what you'll often see when that person starts to drop is this rib cage just almost, it's like half a centimeter just drops down and relaxes. And that's a sign they've started to come back to parasympathetic. There's a couple of other things we can do. So one of the techniques we can use that's a parasympathetic technique is called a Logan Basic. I'm not teaching the Logan Basic, but I'm giving you the basics of it. It's a fantastic technique. It is crassly referred to as the ground finger technique because your finger is going to be very close to a particular part of the body. But what you're doing is guiding on that attachment of the sacral tuberous ligament, the base here, which is obviously our base attachment for the spinal cord, sacrum, into the pelvis. So you're going to basically find coccyx, you're going to find that sort of cleft, you're going to come in and under the actual sort of glute through here. So thumb comes on and just there. And then they're just going to breathe. And so traditionally it's done. I'm going to just come over here so I can show properly. Sorry, it's on there. As it's releasing, you'll almost like rotate the hand down the round. But as you're doing that, I'll start at the very top here and I'm just going to rock the spine. So what you're trying to do is push cerebral spinal fluid and just move through. You will even occasionally get cavitary release as you rock through. It's quite incredible. And you can literally just work your way down. But I will usually go through cervical, lumbar, and then 90 seconds and release through. And that would often help the body just dump into that more parasympathetic state. Finally, in a more chronic state where someone is just, really fighting, and this can be chronic from stress. I've dealt with a lot in powerlifters where they're overtrained. You just have to not mix systems. And what I mean by that is the idea that you are either adjusting parasympathetically or sympathetically. This is very traditionally sort of a Gonstead ideal that's like, all right, Ed comes into me, he's on the platform for 3 weeks, he's feeling blown out, tired, stressed, and we're seeing that he's not responding to his adjustments as he normally would. I'm only going to adjust upper cervical and sacrum, the major parasympathetic areas. I am not going to touch the thoracic because that's a high sympathetic innervation. So I might say, hey, I'm going to adjust you through here, and then I'm going to see you in 2 days. And if we still need to look at something in here, we'll adjust that then. But we do not cross the systems so we don't put more fuel on that fire. So there's a few really simple ways you can help that patient relax so that when you deliver that adjustment, it's more impactful and they get better results. Let me know what you think.